Wistoria Wand and Sword is an anime that is spanning one season that has 12 episodes as of right now. The story follows Will, a boy who has no magic and exists in a world where magic is the main power source here. He's more of a brute or a warrior in this type of world and has to go through the trials and tribulations of a person without magic. He is in a school that is based on magic, and the children try to progress in this school to go to climb the tower and become like magic vendors and be the pillars of magic and humanity. Well, pretty much everyone in the continent, they are the pillars of the continent. And Will wants to reunite with his childhood friend Elfie, who is an ice mage, and she created a bunch of magic, and he wants to reunite with her in the tower, and that is his one true goal. So him not having magic, obviously, he faces trials and tribulations. He has to overcome those trials and tribulations through his brute strength alone. You know, he has people that hate him because he is magicless, and he gets constantly bullied and ridiculed for it. But he does not let that affect him, and at the end of the anime, like I said, only 12 episodes long so far, he combines wand and sword. So what does that mean for an anime only like me, who's only watched the first season quite recently? I don't know, but it is confirmed that season 2 is in development. But yeah, Will is pretty much just a brute and has to brute strength through everything. And this anime was pretty good. I like the animation, I like the art style. I liked how they use wands. They specifically use wands. Like in Black Clover, they use the Grimoires for their power source. These people, these wizards, these mages in Wistoria use wands as their power source. They all kind of have different power sources, and they're all kind of looking to get to the tower and be the best of the best. And that's hard for Will because he is powerless in a sense and has to use his brute strength to overcome these obstacles. I don't really know what it means to combine wand and sword. It happened in the last episode, and it seemed pretty cool as Will's sword kind of caught on fire, and he kind of, made his way through the dungeon and helped his team escape the dungeon. In a sense, that's not really spoiling anything just yet, but I really don't know what that means quite yet. Seeing Will overcome these obstacles and have to put his differences aside with mages and stuff like that and team up with an even greater team to try and clear the dungeon, and then, they set up an even bigger bad person to come. I think that's what's in store next. I think that's going to be very cool to see. They introduced these kind of two bad people, but they're probably belonging to an organization, I would assume. And we don't really know their goal just yet, but it's not really laid out specifically what they're planning on doing, but there's little hints at it and stuff like that. And then, more things on the last episode are set up through the anime. But this was a pretty good watch. I enjoyed it. Like I said, I don't really know what it means to combine wand and sword just yet. We only saw that little glimpse right there of the fire magic with the sword. So it's exciting to see where that goes. There aren't really many, fights. I mean, the Grand Magic Festival, I believe it was called, or the Grand Magic Games. I think the Grand Magic Games are Fairy Tale. The Grand Magic Festival was Wistoria Wand and Sword. You see Will put his differences aside with Sion, and then he fights Julius, and, those are the fights, and you see him overcome, not having magic and stuff like that, which is pretty cool. But most of the fights are against, monsters and stuff like that. It's not really 1v1 scenario of Will versus a person, in a sense, like sparring and stuff like that, and in the Grand Magic Games and stuff like that, Grand Magic Festival, whatever you want to call it. But it's mostly Will clearing dungeons to try and get himself stronger and move up the food chain, in a sense, if that makes sense. But, yeah, there is more to come in Season 2, and I'm excited to see where they take it from there. I want to know what you guys think. Did you watch Wistoria Wand and Sword? And if you did, let me know what you think of it in the comments below.